Hi, I'm Dion from CertMathsVideos.com. Now, in a complex number question like this, it's always easier to draw the graph at the start. So I'll draw the graph. We have a real axis here as our x-axis, and we have a fake axis up here. Now, our real value here is a half. So we'll call this here a half. And our imaginary value here is root 3 over 2. And our hypotenuse is a square root of a half squared plus 3 over 2 squared. So that actually works out to be 1 because I've done it earlier. Now, what we also want to do, we also want to find what the angle is in here. We call that angle theta. Now, we know what the tan theta is equal to opposite over adjacent. So that's root 3 over 2 divided by a half, which is simply multiplying it by 2. And that is equal to root 3. Now that, when tan theta is equal to root 3, that means theta is equal to 60 degrees. 60 degrees. Now I'm going to write this in the form of r comma theta. So z squared is equal to r, which is our hypotenuse, which is 1, comma theta, which is 60 degrees. And I'm going to write 360n here. I'll show you why later. There's 3n. Now, we want to find what z is on its own, so that means you have to square root both sides. So that implies we square root both sides. Z is equal to. Now, when we square root it in this form, we always put the half up here and then we multiply the term on the right hand side, the theta, by the integer here, which is a half. So this is 60 plus 360n times a half, which is just divided by 2. Now that's what our z is equal to. But we also have two options here. So we have to put n equal to 0 and then we'll get our first answer out. So at n equal to 0, z is equal to 1 comma 30 degrees. Now we also know that r, put it in the form r cos theta plus I sin theta. This is put back into original form. We use this equation here to put back into the original form at the start here. So r cos theta, that works out at 1 times cos theta plus sin theta, which is root 3 over 2 plus a half times I. So that's one of your solutions. And the other solution is, remember we started off here at n equal to 0, so now we have to go at n equal to 1. We could do n equal to 2, n equal to 3, but we keep getting the same answers, so we just go n equal to 1. If we're looking for like the fourth root, or the cube root, say we start off n equal to 0, then we go n equal to 1, then n equal to 2. And if we're going for the fourth root, we do n equal to 4. So all we need here is n equal to 0 and 1. So n equal to 1, that implies our angle is 1 comma 360, and 60 is 420 over 2, which is 210. And again we use r cos theta plus I sin theta, and that works out to be minus root 3 over 2 minus a half I. And there are two values for z. There we go. And the next part of the question was to sketch the two of them. Minus z and z squared collinear. So we have to sketch the two of them on a diagram here. So our 2 points were root 3 over 2 and a half. It's kind of drawn out the scale now by accident. Root 3 over 2 and a half. And our diagram here was, that was really hard, sorry. Minus a half, minus root 3 over 2. And we're told that the point is z squared plus k is collinear to this. Okay, it's collinear. Now we know our z squared is equal to a half plus root 3 over 2I. Plus k is collinear. Now, as we know k is real, so we can put this in terms of real and imaginary terms. So our x term is going to be a half plus k, and our imaginary term is the only term that contains I, is root 3 over 2. So that is the point on the line in terms of its x and y coordinates. The real term is the x coordinates and the fake term is the y coordinates, which is here. Now what we also know is, we also know the slope of the line, we also know the slope of the line, which is root 3 over 2 divided by a half. Let's extend this, and I'll work that out. So yeah, slope is equal to, a half all over root 3 over 2. That implies the slope is equal to 1 all over root 3. Now, we have the slope of the line and we have a point on the line. So we know the equation of a line is y is equal to mx plus c. So in this scenario, we know our y term is root 3 over 2. It's equal to mx. M is root 3 over 2, that's our slope. 1 over root 3, times x. Now what is our x term? Our x term is a half plus k. So, working out fairly nicely. Now we're going to multiply both sides of the equation by 2. So that's root 3 is equal to 2 over root 3 times a half plus k. And multiply both sides by 2. And now we're going to multiply both sides by root 3. That's equal to, that implies 3 is equal to 2 times a half plus k. That implies 3 is equal to 1 plus k. And that implies k is equal to 2. And that's your answer. So if you found this video useful, please share it on social media.